Shalom, Chaverim. My name is Dmitry Tribelsky, and I was a pastor of Calvary Chapel, St. Petersburg, Russia, for many years, over 20 years. And last year, with my family, we relocated to Israel, and now we live in a city called Nahariya, which is about 5 miles south from Lebanon border, or about 20 miles, no, about 15 miles from Haifa. So it's the first largest town from the border. It's only 15 seconds when the rocket is shot from Lebanon to Nahariya. So we have only 15 seconds to run to the shelter. That's how close we are to the border with Lebanon. The reason I start this message, I want to share with you what's going on, and I hope to bring some hope and balance to you, because I know that you guys praying for Israel, you're praying for everything what's taking place. You have sources of information, and I think to have another one can help you to have a little bit more and maybe different view from what a lot of people are saying. I'm not going to talk about politics more. I will be talking about what's taking place right now and share with you how you can be praying specifically for the ministry here in Nahariya and what our focus is. So we came last year, and the country was peaceful. Everything was wonderful. We saw that the Lord really placed us in this town. Everything is great. We settled. And with this new change in January, when new government took place, we noticed that there were big changes. The country was really protesting against different things of politics, which I promised you not to share. But now the country is at war since last Saturday, the war of Sukkot, or Simchat Torah, I think that's the name. And what Israel want to do is to destroy his enemies or her enemies. So that's what we're going to see, how the enemies of Israel will be destroyed. The price will be great. The cost of these victories will be great. And that's all that we need to remember. The price is great. Israel is suffering a huge wound right now because of the hostage people, and those people who are dead, over 1,000 people dead within first couple of days of this war. This never happened to Israel in the past, in the modern history. So we're facing a really new conflict in a sense, because Israel is no longer alone in this battle. We heard from Joseph Biden yesterday that United States, France, Germany, and England, or Great Britain, stand alongside with Israel. It's an amazing, support to the nation. Yesterday, so many people in Israel were really appreciative of what Joe Biden said and how he said it. So, in a sense, we see that Israel is no longer alone, and there is a permission, or in a sense, agreement, that Israel needs to take out her enemies. For the first time, no one says, no, you need to stop, except maybe Vladimir Putin, who says we need to negotiate, but that's his favorite phrase anyway. He wants to negotiate. After doing so many bad things, he still wants to negotiate, which is a pattern that he developed past his so many years. So Israel said they're not going to negotiate with the enemies. They will take them out. Well, we might see the fulfillment of several prophecies. We might see that there would be destruction of Damascus because of the presence of the United States and its fleet. We also may see that Israel will take out the enemies in the south, and will take out the enemies on the north and on the western border in Syria. And if that happens, for the first time in history, Israel will dwell in peace. That's what Ezekiel tells us. So we might see two fulfillments at the same time. So I encourage you to watch out to what's going on. Don't panic. The Lord is in control. The Lord is sovereign. He puts kings in its place, and he directs their hearts and decisions. So what we're going to see, the miracles of God and protection of God. Something that we need to be praying and focusing on, that the church, I am totally new in this land. But the Lord blessed me with so many local contacts, and we already have a small congregation. We have a fellowship of 4 families getting together every Friday night for Shabbat, for the opening of Shabbat. We share the word, we share praises, and we encourage one another in love. So we're doing what the Lord commanded us to do. But what I noticed is still this dysfunction of the body of Christ, where prayer is not taking place fervently, and there is no effort, not too much effort, I would say, or very limited effort to really reach out to communities. And right now, the greatest need is to support the soldiers. Obviously, these are the guys who are going to really deal with the enemy, and they will face physical injuries and deaths. So this is the time to not only pray, but also think how we can support this army. And the best way we found is just to provide for them really small gifts of some sweets that they need when they out there on the battle, on the field, not on the battle, but some things that socks, because and some hygiene products. All of that is important. So just let us know if you want to become part of this chain. But I'm not here to call you for donations and stuff like that. I'm here just to let you know. If you want, I will be one of your sources of information. You can contact me and contact my wife Alina, and just we will stay in touch. We will let you know what's going on, what's taking place. Okay, the final thing I want to share with you. The war started mostly on the south, and for 4 days the southern border was on fire. Right now, it looks like Israel has taken control, and now is just destroying, I would say, pretty much Gaza by just airplanes and shooting rockets. In few days, maybe in few hours, Israeli army will enter, and I will report about that as well. But the northern border was quiet, and you see Hamas from the first moment they attacked, they called all Muslim world to unite with them and stand for the Eastern Jerusalem and stand for the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. They wanted to have, really the real battle. They thought they will have support from their allies, but they didn't find any support. Nobody really stood up. Everyone in Israel was concerned. Most of the people were very concerned, I would say, because, we thought our army and our intelligence is very smart and our army is great. But what we learned in the first few hours of attack, that our trust in the army and our trust in the intelligence was quite put to shame. And the Lord says in his word, those who trust in chariots and those who trust in horses, we should boast in the name of the Lord. So that's a message that I think Israel should understand through this process. But northern border was quiet, and today we just had first instances of what appears to be attack. Our government told us that there is a massive attack of drones, but then they told us it was a mistake. There was no massive attack of drones. There was nothing that was, what we call massive. There were few accidents, but nothing serious so far. So we thank the Lord that this is a peaceful time right now, and keep praying for Israelites on the south, because they've been suffering this attack. Now it's the end of the 5th day already. So it's really hard for people, to run to the shelter, stay in the shelter, get out, take little things, whatever they need, and then go back to the shelter. It's really draining. It's it's a psychological trauma for sure. So pray for them. Pray for that they will have that peace of mind, and pray that they will have, a really good spirit, because it's hard to go through this kind of situations. So thank you very much. It's an introduction. I hope you will hear from me often, or I will hear from you often as well. So may the Lord bless you, keep you, and may his face shine upon you, and may he gives you peace as well as to his people, because he is the Lord who loves his people. See you on this page. Bye.